My name's Ray Aspinall, and I've been farming all my life, basically. Lived just a quarter mile to the south of here, born and raised. Haven't always been there. I was gone for 4 years to a farm in Rosetown country. But anyway, came back in 1981 and have been here ever since. At that point in time, we started a farm, or set the farm name up as Daybreak Farms for this area. And at that point in time, we were farming conventionally. And by the time 1987 rolled around, we were tired of that and what the chemicals, et cetera, were doing, and we switched over to farming organically. Although we did not certify at that time, we farmed organically up until 1996, and with the encouragement of my neighbor who was organic, he said, if you're going to farm that way, for goodness sakes, get yourself certified so you can capitalize on the dollars. We grow everything that he grew, and that's everything from millet and buckwheat and 2 different kinds of hard wheat and spelt and what we call old Polish wheat, or a little bit of kamut, barley, flax, oats. Last year we seeded a total of 13 different varieties, and our actual commodity sheet or price sheet has 50-some products on it that we offer based on the whole basis of stuff that we actually grow on the farm here, all Saskatchewan grown, processed stuff. We buy nothing outside of our own basic area. So we seed a lot of stuff.
Well, it's interesting, my perspective, in that I come from the side of a mom, of course. And when we first had our little family, I wanted to start feeding them healthier, so I started to make my own bread. And my husband really appreciated the homemade bread, got kind of hooked into where you always had the homemade bread then. And then as we learned more about the organics and how to eat even healthier, it's just become more of a passion as we go along. You know, I can't really say what got me started to get onto this, but maybe it was just reading a little bit here and there. You know how it comes to you from different areas, and you start to realize if we want our children to be healthy, we're going to have to feed them healthy.
The value adding never started until 2003, when this gentleman sitting beside me, who was part of the same organic chapter, Daybreak Sheresky, was, because of age and so on, it's time for him to slow down. And the wife kept saying, call him, maybe he'll sell, call him. And I said, no, he'll want too much money. So anyway, I finally did. He got excited because someone was going to take over his legacy. In 2003, we started moving everything in June, and by August 17th, we were running. We were making flour by August 17th, and the building was up, but it all had to be wired, and all the equipment moved and set up and going. But when he took over from Alvin, the clientele he already had transferred over to us, and that clientele varied all the way from Newfoundland to the Queen Charlotte Islands. My wife and my dream was to always be able to do some value adding off the farm rather than sell into the whole stream organic market kind of a thing. Well, we started with the stores that came alongside after Alvin moved away and let us take over. But for a long time I said, we are the brawn, he's the brains. Because if we needed a problem, like, he lived down here just about for the first few months. Wow. To get us going on the flour mills and everything, and because the formulas and everything all were kept the same thing. And he would, 40 miles away, 40 minutes, if we had a problem, he was in the truck just like today and down here, and he used to come in and just listen to the equipment. It was music to his ears, is what he'd say. So, and because of Alvin in his younger years, when he would load his truck and head west, that generation of people that he was feeding, they spread across Canada. We got people that knew of him in Newfoundland and on the Queen Charlotte Islands. We got a client in the Yellowknife, Northwest Territories. And it's all because of going back that many years that, you know, people remember his name and the legacy that he had built.
What I am seeing is a lot of mums calling that are interested in feeding their family healthy. And so they're they form buying co-ops of other mums, and they get all together and they order a pallet load so they can all order it for way less money in the shipping, and I think that's pretty smart. Yep. But then I also saw a need where sometimes mums don't want a 20-kilogram bag of flour, so we started to work on the smaller packaging idea where we go from 500 gram up to the 20 kilogram. The website has really helped a lot, because anybody that is just looking up the word organic and wanting a small bag of flour or whatever, they can pop on there.
We take our own product that we produce on our own land as much as we possibly can, and we clean it, and from there we sell it as 20 kilogram bags, as whole grain, or else flour. We got flour mills, or else what cereal, or we have different cereal blends. And if you buy something in Regina or Calgary or whatever, everything goes out with the number, and that can come right back. And I can tell you the field it was produced on, the bin it was put in, the day it was combined, etc., the day that field was seeded. So the traceability is there right from beginning to end. We try to go above and beyond as high an integrity level as we can possibly get to. It's Old-Fashioned Foods in Regina. They're a big client of ours, and they've grown even since because the organic market is growing. And that's one place. We go into Nutters, in not all Nutter stores, but several in Saskatchewan. And we are in stores one in Brandon, 3 in Winnipeg. Yeah, 3 in Winnipeg. And we're in Saskatoon and North Battleford. Prince Albert, we're in a big store in Calgary. And we got bakers, a baker in Thunder Bay and 2 bakers in Edmonton, and a baker in Calgary takes some of our rye flour, and we're just in the process of coming on stream with another one in Calgary as well.
We have sent out sample products to some of the stores and asked them to give it amongst their staff, and that's what they've done. And that's how some of them come on board. They go, yeah, we really like that, so we're going to start carrying it.
Where it all is going to end up at, we don't know.
Success to me, I feel, is actually feeling good about what you're doing and knowing that you are adding to the quality of people's lives and helping train and encourage to have healthier futures.
Success is being satisfied, I think, with what you do and feeling good about what you do. And we're looking after people with the food that we produce. And success can also be probably translated, in our case, into feeding 3 families off of 12 quarters of land, as opposed to some people, 100 quarters of land feeding maybe 2 families. To me, that's success. Because value adding on the doors at your door, you set your price at the farm gate as opposed to being price takers. So success, I think that's probably where I view it as. Food is what you eat is going to keep you going or not keep you going. And if we can produce the best we can with this no synthetic man-made product and go back to where nature was, if we go back to the basics, that I would say that's the principles that guide us and keep our product as good as it is where it is.
Feeling satisfied after you're retired.
When's that going to be?
I'm passionate enough to think that if you don't want to be if you're going into organics for the market, forget it. Or for the dollar, forget it. Because there's more to it than that. You have to be in it for the principle of it.
Because in the end, your health will pay big rewards, and you'll influence people around you that you will feel good about because you'll see rewards in their life as well.
Years ago, Red Skelton was on TV, and he always had that little kick to flip to a step kind of thing. You just feel like doing that every day when you go outside.
Will you do it for us later?
No.